Hello and welcome back to Get Great at Maths. I'm here to help you pass your maths exam, so hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to look at keywords, key formulas and how to gain top marks. So let's get ready to get great at maths. This is a question on probability. The keywords in the question are linked to this table. So we have got the score and probability given in the table. So if you score a 1 on this spinner, the probability is 0.4. You can see that this is the largest section on the spinner, so you get the largest probability. The probability of getting a 2 is 0.3. You can see the section for the 2 is slightly smaller than the section for the 1, so the probability is less. The probability of getting a score of a 3 is 0.2, because this is the next largest size. And then the probability of getting a 4 is 0.1, because this is the smallest size section. So the keywords are that the spinner is spun twice. So it's spun round once and the arrow points to a value, then it's spun around again and it points to a different value. You've got to calculate the probability that the student gets the same score on each spin. So when the spinner's spun, first of all, it lands on a 2, it's spun again and it lands on a 2 again. What is the chances of that happening? And that is worth 4 marks. So that's what the question's asking us to find. We've got to work out how to do that. The key facts. The word and in probability means multiply. The word or means add. And these two key words are really, really important. So when you're working out the probability, and you want to get the probability of getting the same score, and you want the probability of getting a 2, and you want the probability of getting a 2. So this word here means you're going to be multiplying. When you want the word or, you're going to be adding. So to start with, you're going to be doing some multiplying, and then you're going to be doing an adding. It's a calculator paper, so questions, so you can use your calculator to help you. Now, the probability must always be written as a fractional decimal. These values are given as a decimal, so you're likely to just give your answer as a decimal because the question is given in terms of decimals. A notation we're going to be using is P, then brackets 1. Now, P of 1 means the probability of getting a 1. So the score of getting a 1 is just the way we're going to write our notation. Press pause, have a go at working out the answer, and then press play when you're ready to hear the answer. Well done, guys. Hopefully you've managed to work out how to work out the score of getting the same score on each spin. So to start with, we're going to look at probability of getting a 1 on both spins. Okay, so that's a probability of 1 on the first spin and probability of 1 on the second spin. So the probability of getting a 1 on the first spin is 0.4, and I've got to get a 1 on the second spin is also going to be 0.4. So my probability is 0.4 times by 0.4 because it's a probability of getting a 1 and a probability of getting a 1. Now 4 times 4 is 16. There are 2 numbers after the decimal point, so there's got to be 2 digits after the decimal point here, which is 0.16. So we could do that easily without a calculator. This is worth 1 mark. We've now got to do the same for each of these probabilities. So now we're going to look at probability of 2. So probability of getting a 2 is 0.3, and the probability of getting another 2 is also 0.3. So this time I've got to do 0.3 times 0.3, which is 0.09. Again, 3 times 3 is 9, 2 digits behind the decimal point, so 2 digits behind the decimal point here, making it 0.09 for your second mark. Again, this is fairly easy to multiply without a calculator, even though you're allowed a calculator in the exam for this question. The next one, we're going to work out the probability of a 3 and a 3. So probability of getting a 3 is 0.2, and a probability of 3 again is another 0.2. So I've got 0.2 times 0.2 because the word and means multiply, which is 0.04. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 digits behind the decimal point, 2 digits here behind the decimal point, so we have to have it as 0.04. The last one we're going to look at is the probability of getting a 4 and a probability of a 4. So the probability of a 4 is 0.1 and the probability of getting another 4 is also 0.1. So that is going to be 0.1 times 0.1, which is 0.01. From here, I've got to work out the probability of getting a 1 on both dice, or the probability of getting a 2 on both spinners, or the probability of getting a 3 on both spinners, or the probability of getting a 4 on both spinners. This word here means add. So the word or means we're adding. So the probability of getting the same score is 0.16 plus 0.09 plus for 0.04 plus for 0.01 for your third mark. So the answers we've just worked out here, we're just adding these values together for your third mark. Then for your final answer mark, we just add these values together. Again, you've been given a calculator, but without a calculator, 0.16 plus 0.04 is 0.2. 0.09 plus 0.01 is 0.1. 0.2 plus 0.1 is 0.3. Fairly easy to work out without a calculator for your fourth and final mark. Make sure you write your answer on the dotted line to make sure your answer is nice and clear. Remember, always give yourself a tick for where the marks are awarded, so you can clearly see where the method marks are awarded, so you know how to get maximum marks in the exam when you come to do it on your own. The mark scheme on this question shows the answer is 0.3. OE means all equivalent, so if you'd have written it as a fraction, 3/10 for example, you would still get the method marks or the answer marks. NFWW means not for wrong working. So if you got the answer of 0.3, just because you'd written 0.3 down as a value out of a table and there was no method marks or showing you how you got your answer or anything, you would not get the marks on this question. So you had to have the correct working in order to get the full marks for this question. There were 4 marks available on this question. M3 is 3 method marks, M2 is 2 method marks, and M1 is 1 method mark. So you can clearly see where the method marks were awarded for on the question, and you cannot get full marks without showing the correct working out for this question. If you found this video useful, please share, like and subscribe so we can all get great at maths. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below to let me know what you would like to see in my next video. See you next time!